Between the launches of New Leaf and then New Horizons, we had to wait around 7 years. 3 of those years, however, were spent with the Nintendo Switch, as Nintendo began phasing out the 3DS. Sadly, we could never play any 3DS games on the Switch, so Animal Crossing New Leaf was stuck on that system. This was kind of expected since the 3DS was a dual-screen system, but people had still hoped we'd have some backwards compatibility with the Switch. Sadly, we never have, unless you count Nintendo Switch Online, which really isn't the same thing to be fair. Thankfully, it seems like all of that will change with the next system. In case you missed it, a leaker which accurately shared everything that was going to happen in the February Pokemon Presents also confirmed that Nintendo was working on a new system, and that they were part of the team working on a graphical enhancement patch specifically for this new system. I made a whole video talking about what this could mean for the future of the series, but it could also mean something for Animal Crossing New Horizons too. Like I said in the last video, I know a lot of people will doubt leakers, especially as we've heard rumors about a Nintendo Switch Pro for so long now, but it is incredibly rare to see a Nintendo leak that is so accurate, so I think even if plans do change, what they are saying is true for the time being. This leak heavily implies that the new system, which appears to be an upgraded version of the Nintendo Switch, would be backwards compatible. After all, how would you play the upgraded Pokemon DLC for the Switch game Scarlet and Violet if the new system wasn't? This immediately means that Animal Crossing New Horizons will be compatible with the next system, whatever this system may end up being. Now, overtly, this is a good thing. Being able to keep our islands around when we move to the next system is fantastic news, and something that I'm sure a lot of people will be really happy about. I did even get some comments on my last video about this leak asking if this would be possible, so hopefully this should be good news for them. But there could also be some potential downsides too. For a start, it might mean Nintendo will feel less inclined to release a new Animal Crossing game, whether that's a main series entry or a spin-off. After all, we've seen them keep games like Mario Kart 8 around for years, probably because they felt players were already happy with what they'd got. With New Leaf being unplayable on the Switch, there was a big need for them to release a new game for this different market, and it proved to be a very successful decision. But they may not feel the need to do that if New Horizons is compatible with the next system from the start. Now, I know a lot of people would rather them keep updating New Horizons, a game that we already own, and give it new content. But sadly, I think that's completely out of the question for Nintendo, even if it is compatible with the next console. Honestly, the most I could see them doing is a commemorative item of the new console, but that's it. So it'd definitely be a shame if we were stuck with New Horizons for as long as we have been Mario Kart 8, with no updates on new content. I mean, look how long they've kept around Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, although, to be fair, that does consistently generate a ton of revenue every month due to microtransactions, and we have seen games launch in between then. I think overall, the news of this system being backwards compatible is more positive than not, especially for the many beloved Switch games that we already own. After all, no one wants to buy a new system and have no games to play on it, it just doesn't feel good at all. We kinda had that problem with the Nintendo Switch when it first came out, and we definitely had that problem with the Wii U. But thankfully the Wii U was backwards compatible, as was the 3DS, so you had a big selection of retro games to play as well, which kept us busy. It is cool to think that our Animal Crossing New Horizons islands will live on, they won't be stuck on the Nintendo Switch if we have to upgrade to a new system, but I hope that it doesn't mean future Animal Crossing games aren't released because we're still playing New Horizons. I think the best case scenario would be if Nintendo did decide to update New Horizons again on the new system until they release the next game, but sadly I really don't think they're going to do that. But let me know your thoughts about New Horizons most likely being backwards compatible with the next system. Will you be playing it still on the next system, or are you really hoping they release a new game? Let me know your thoughts down below. If you made it to the end, be sure to comment Bob's Gang in the comment section. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and turn on channel notifications for more.